Alright, let's try this again. My PC crashed. And OBS is still being weird. Should be fine now. We'll see. So, last time I got stuck in a quest because it's buggy. I looked around on the net and apparently it is buggy for pretty much everybody. The good thing is that the quest is meant to fail, so I can progress it by failing and running out. The bad thing in air quotes is that you are meant to do some things before it fails, like save some hostages and then something else happens, which we won't see happening because I can't do it. So the way to pass this quest right now, until it's patched, I guess. I can't believe it's 1 month and they still have such huge bugs on main quests. The only way to pass it right now for me is gonna be getting
This will be something. They'll be telling stories.
the guards to see me and then running away. Which kinda sucks, but I really want to finish this game. I'm tempted to drop it, but again, I really like this game. What I don't like is the amount of bugs it has, which is very significant. Again, I couldn't recommend anyone playing this game unless they are
We'll go first and take out the sentries. Wait here.
really tolerant to bugs.
Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur.
What are they waiting for? Quiet, for fuck's sake. What are they waiting for? How should I know?
Still
Why do I
funny.
bother asking? Oh, be quiet and watch that light on the battlements.
I'm definitely not getting the experience the devs
Fuck this waiting, I'm gonna climb.
envisioned when they made this game, that's for sure. This is the third quest. I had to do something weird for me to bypass it or pass it in a weird way. Which kinda sucks. Hopefully I won't reach a state that would make progression impossible. That would suck. Although to be fair, it still sucks. The game still loses quite a bit of its charm and immersion with all these problems it has.
I'll put on his armor and watch this side, but there are still 2 guards on the portcullis winch to deal with. Any volunteers?
Henry will do it. Buffoon?
Henry then. Just make sure you keep quiet.
Nah, it's gonna fail anyway. I mean, I'm gonna try it, but it's gonna fail anyway. It's just not working right now. I don't know why.
Fuck. The alarm's been sounded.
Wow, now it worked. I don't know why the alarm sounded though.
I'm gonna enjoy this!
Doesn't matter anyway. We're getting the hell out. Of course it picked to work that specific moment, but I still get caught somehow.
To admit, we didn't do too well.
True, the shame of it. They drove us back before we even got anywhere. It's worse than if they'd killed us.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. We had to give it a try. If we succeeded.
If pigs had wings. I know it troubles you, but it's not over yet. We'll rescue the hostages and hang that bastard Ishvan.
What's supposed to happen, by the way, is that you find some hostages, but not the hostages you want. And Hans is wounded, and you have to drag him out. Or he dies. if you don't. And again, this game was not ready for release, not even close. It needed at least 6 months, if not more.
We're running out of options.
We don't have enough men to scale the walls with ladders. And we can't afford to lose any more. We can only take Talmberg by a ruse or with superior numbers. Ruses have failed, and we don't have superior numbers.
And we are left with no choice but to build a trebuchet.
It's not just the bugs, it's the performance too, as you can see.
Where is Master Feigning?
He's waiting. We sent for him as soon
Bring
as...
him to me. Let's not waste time.
I like divots, by the way.
Sir Divish.
That was
You will
fast.
build me a trebuchet, Master Tobias.
Trebuchet, my lord. That's not entirely in my field of expertise.
We have to take back Talmberg.
Yes, indeed, sir, I understand
And
that.
you are the best engineer we can rely on in the whole fiefdom.
Oh, well, thank you, my lord, but it's just that I've never built a trebuchet before. This could take some time.
Then you'd better get to it. Bernard will go over the plan of attack with you.
Oh.
Well, Master Tobias, you have much to do and little time. I will not keep you any longer.
Indeed. Of course, sir. Thank you, my lord.
How are the preparations proceeding in the other camps?
As well as can be expected under the circumstances. There are still many things that need doing, but I just don't have the time for them.
No, you don't. Henry.
Yes, sir.
I would like for you to help with the preparations in the encampments.
Gladly, sir.
Robard will brief you. That'll be all.
Alright, time for a siege, I guess. To be fair to the developers, the game they made was way too ambitious for the money they got on Kickstarter, that's for sure. I still don't think they should have released it like this, but if they ran out of money, I don't think they would have much of a choice in the matter. They certainly sold a fair number of copies. I think it was at least 1 million on the first few weeks, so hopefully they can do a good job of patching this and at their next game do a much better job at release, because again, this is not in a playable state. Alright, let's wear our weapons and armor. Don't I have some knights? Oh, it's something else actually. Okay. Oh, there we go. Alright, now we're talking. I really... do I need to repair? Yeah. I need to repair, and I need to get them actual repair person, but I'm not leaving this place to go somewhere else to repair and come back. That makes no sense. Man, I need a new CPU. My CPU is always at 100%. My GPU is fine, although it's old these days. It's a 970. But my CPU is an i5 generation 4. Pretty good CPU, but still I think it's out of its league these days. Especially if you are streaming. Don't forget streaming adds a lot of CPU usage. Alright, Robert, let's talk. Where are you going, dude? What the hell was I doing there? I don't know.
What needs to be done?
Look, a military encampment's a complicated thing. I don't expect it to be as peaceful and orderly as Holy Mass. But what we have here now is havoc. The men are as nervous and short-tempered as caged bears. When you walk around the camps, you'll see for yourself. Grumbling everywhere, complaints about everything from the gruel to the fleas. They're moaning they've drunk the alehouse dry, and now they have to wait for the next batch of beer. We've got dead who deserve a decent burial, and a lot of wounded, including one of their lordships. The less the troops grumble, the better off we'll all be. But that's not even the main problem.
What do you mean?
Did you hear what Sir Divish was saying to Feifar, our master builder?
I heard some of it.
And what did you make of it?
He said he'd never built a trebuchet catapult. I wouldn't even know where to start, but he might.
But, if it'll take him as long as he said, we can't wait until Judgment Day. We don't have that much time.
I'll try to ask him if I can help in some way.
You should definitely do that. Without a trebuchet, we're much too weak.
I wonder if my CPU hitting 100 usage is what killed my previous cooling method fan, which happened a few months ago.
How are you
Could
faring,
be.
Sir Raybard?
How do you think I'm faring, lad? There's some cutthroat thug lolling about in my bed at the castle.
Well, at least no one's raised Talmberg.
Not so far. Though we may end up doing it ourselves to smoke the bastard out.
I imagine Sir Divish isn't taking it too well.
And why do you think he handed command over to me? But it pains my heart too. That place is my home.
What's the easiest way to take back Talmberg?
The easiest way? Call in the Royal Army and leave it to them. But there's no Royal Army to help us now, and we can't afford to wait. What's more, we don't want to destroy the castle. Personally, I'd like to return to it.
Repairing the castle will be expensive.
And time-consuming. No trebuchet is wholly on target. The missiles fly as they please. And if we blast the castle to pieces and Sigismund comes back, he'll make short work of us.
Do you think Sigismund will come back?
How do I know what's in his head? But if he doesn't take advantage of this chaos, someone else probably will. The whole country will know about it soon enough.
I'd never have thought so many people were keeping an eye on Talmberg. Like that fellow Havel.
Not only Talmberg, and we've left precious few men in Ratai. If we're defeated here, who's to stop them from pillaging the whole province? And there's no shortage of power-hungry bastards like Havel and Toth in Bohemia.
Is there some way we can get through the gate?
There are steps from the gate up to the walkway on the battlements, and I don't know how Istvan's covering them. Then there's the portcullis to get through. A big battering ram might breach it, but how could you get one that close? I reckon we'll have to set fire to it.
Stack up brushwood and light it?
Brushwood, timber, anything that burns, soaked in as much pitch as possible. The local charcoal burners surely have some.
And even if it doesn't burn the gate right down, it'll weaken it and make it easier to break through.
Exactly.
And what about the walls? Which side is the most vulnerable?
The south and east are solid. It would be useless to try anything there.
It's best defended from the north, and as for the west...
From the west is where we tried it, and got royally fucked, if you recall. But I think in the end we'll try that way again, only this time we'll do it better.
Alright.
Pity they didn't stay holed up in Vranik for longer. It would have been much easier there.
Toth is a wily fox. If he'd had all his men with him there would have been real carnage. It's likely we only won there because he'd already gone and taken most of his best soldiers with him.
Is there anything else I can help with?
Well, we need some pitch. I know you had dealings with the charcoal burners.
I've met a few, true enough.
Then have a look around the area. If you manage to find any pitch, bring it to our quartermaster in the
This is gonna be do 10 quests. Sure, why not?
Can you teach me how to defend
I have
myself
money.
better in combat?
Certain.
I'd like to hone my skills.
First, you have to have some skills to hone.
Oh damn, I have less than 10.
I'm interested in more advanced techniques.
All right, but it'll cost you.
Yeah, sure.
Now, pay close attention.
Hey! Watch it!
The hell is wrong with you? Oh, now I have 10. See if I can get another one. I'm guessing they will have me running all over the place to gather the materials we
I'm
need.
honored that you should come to me.
Good day, Henry's come to see us.
Can you teach me how to defend myself better in combat?
Certainly.
I'd like to hone my skills.
All right, but it'll cost you.
Yeah, sure.
Now, pay close
I have a lot of money. I don't know why he goes out of the conversation. Also, can I use the first one, which I didn't before, the basic one, to get a level? Pretty cheap.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it will cost you. Now, pay close attention.
Oh, that didn't actually give me a level. You just improved it. Alright. I went halfway. Not bad. Still no actual skill though. Or perk. Alright, let's see. Talk to the quartermaster, talk to Captain Bernard, talk to Master Feifar, talk to Sir Divitz. Damn. Speak to everybody. Is there any of these? Okay, we'll leave Master Feifar for last. Since his is the only non-optional one. But on the other hand, actually I'll save and talk to him. Because I think he will ask me to, you know what, I have no idea how to build this. Go and find me some diagrams or something. Or go and talk to that person who has done it.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
Sir Robard sent me to you. He said you have to build a trebuchet.
Indeed. A trebuchet that can smash the walls of Tamburg. I, a mining engineer. What do I know of war machines? I'll never manage it on my own.
Well, I'd like to help you, but how? I don't know anything about trebuchets either.
Actually, there is a way you could help. Conrad Kieser came to Sasso recently. If you could get him to come here, it would save my skin.
See? Cool.
Conrad Kieser? Who's he?
He's a scholar who studied medicine, but he also designed siege engines. He even took part in the siege of Nicopolis, together with Sigismund.
You're still an engineer, though. Couldn't you build it yourself?
Are you serious? Do you know how complicated such a machine is? What forces are at work in the contraption? If we were lucky, it wouldn't fire at all. Far more likely, it would smash itself to smithereens and kill lots of us instead of the enemy.
He was with Sigismund.
It's not so straightforward. They quarrelled after the battle, after Conrad blamed their defeat on Sigismund.
I don't suppose he took that too well.
Quite. That's what led to Conrad being banished from Prague and making a base at Bethlen Castle.
Banished? Like a common criminal?
He was a member of the court and a doctor and a master engineer, so nothing quite that bad befell him. I've even heard he has a whole host of wise men with him and they're writing some book together.
Let me check something. What? Okay. That's correct.
Conrad
No.
What's he doing here in Sasau?
They sent him over here to help with building the monastery. No doubt they had to pay handsomely to get him.
And how am I supposed to get him here? Abduct him?
Well, only if all else fails. We need his cooperation. Try having a word with him. By all accounts, he hates Sigismund.
All right, I'll do what I can.
Thank you, Henry. Maybe we will build that trebuchet after all.
Alright. Well, we have a lot of things to do anyway, so... what is first? Let's try going that way. E and C. Well, if I'm gonna go to the town, might as well repair my stuff too. What is burning? The house is burning? Okay. That's a lot of smoke. Oops. Almost. Alright, how am I doing? Nourishment, pretty good. That guy kinda looks evil for some reason.
What happened to you? You look like you've been assaulted.
How can you tell? How?
How are the men holding up?
They're a rabble. The out-of-towners are desperate to go home. And the locals, they've got nowhere else to go. So they're just generally complaining.
Are they causing trouble?
No trouble as such. It's true I've caught a few of them asleep on their watch. There's nothing a couple of lashes of the whip can't cure.
Well, there might be a simpler solution.
Whipping a man, simple enough. Just give one of them a beating, the others will remember. When they forget, do it again.
But then you'd have an injured soldier. It occurred to me a herbal potion might do the trick.
I never heard of any wives' quackery helping troop morale. But Christ knows they could do with something to flush the booze out of them and keep their eyes open.
I have some of that.
How goes it, Sir Bernard?
But apparently I need to talk to someone
goes it?
first.
We're sitting here under the castle, and all day long there's folks hewing stones. My ears are ringing as if I'd been struck on the head, which is just how I feel.
I felt that way too since the night of the attack.
That went horribly wrong. And even so, we were lucky. Could have gone much worse.
Nah. Alright. Let's see. We still have talk to the quartermaster. Wow. Depth. There is one close here, so I might do him next.
I'm honored that you should come to me.
How are we doing with the food?
Who wants to know? One of their lordships?
No, I just wondered if there was anything you're short of.
Oh, I see. The lordling is wondering if we're in urgent need of anything. Well.
Way to be an asshole, dude. I'm trying to help.
We don't have much meat. They bring it round often enough, but never as much as they should.
Yes, I've heard something like that.
I'll say. Every other man's moaning on about it. The gamekeepers are doing all they can, but they can't keep up. So if you know how to help them out, bring it right here. I'll take care of the rest.
Fine, I'll keep that in mind. Do we have any beer?
Christ, I wish we did. Our ale's all gone and we've drained the local inn dry.
That's bad news.
Don't I know it. You can't go and catch a beer in the woods either. But if you happen to know about some, let's hear it. News like that, it refreshed me almost as much as a drink. And the lads, too.
Alright, so many things to do. Let's see. 30. Well, I'm going in the woods, so I will do both of these at the same time. Hey, Sir Hanus. Horsemanship is much better when the ground is flat and you don't get stuck on everything, like here. Okay, relax. I don't think this is it. Oh, I guess maybe this is it.
I need something to keep our soldiers awake. Do you know of anything that might help?
I do know of a concoction to ward off sleep. I can teach you how to make it if you like.
But I need enough for at least 100 people.
I can't help you with that. You'll have to brew up a bit at a time as it's needed.
For 100 people?
Do you want to do it or not?
Nah.
No, I need someone who will do it for me.
I'm sorry, but I'm not a miracle worker. I can only sell you what I have.
What is this?
I was at the Uzit's Women's Sabbath.
And how did it turn out?
Oh.
The women were making such a ruckus. The woodcutters took them for witches and burst in on them.
I remember
they meant
now.
to kill them.
Jesus Christ.
That was a good quest.
How did it end?
I killed them all.
Killed them? God almighty. You killed the men who went to see what all the noise was about?
I didn't have much of a choice. There was no talking with them. They were determined to kill the witches. I'm so sorry.
Holy Mother of God, you're my witness I meant no harm. Forgive my sins and have mercy on me in my final hour. And as for you, you'd better go.
It's not my fault you sold them ritualistic shit. Seriously though, how is it my fault?
I need something to keep our soldiers.
Let's see if I can. I don't know if I know this recipe or not.
That'll be very helpful.
Oh, it's another potion. Get the potions another way. Well, if I have to make 100 potions, that's, you know, crazy. $60 potions. God damn. What does it need? It's gonna take a fucking a lot of time to make 60 potions, even if you make them 2 or 3 by 3, which I think you do. It needs 1 Valerian and 2 mint. That means it needs 120 mint. Actually less, because boil the mint, grind the meat, add the Valerian and boil 2 more turns. Alright. Let's make 1. Spirits. Can I zoom without reading it? Meh. Grind the mint. Okay, get 2 mint, grind them and boil them for 1 turn. Where is the... yeah. That thing. Okay. Let's boil. I can't tell. Okay, now it's boiling. Boil the mint, add the Valerian and boil for 2 more turns. There is 1 boil. It's hard to tell again. Okay, that should be it. Distill. How do you distill? Distill? Do I need to take the file first? Distill. Maybe I need this. That's this thing first. Yeah, okay. I have no idea if that was correct. Okay, we got 3 out of that. So I'm going to do that 20 times. God damn. That is insane. That is way too much. It's a good thing it makes 3 of them, but still, damn. A few months later. Yeah, I think I will need to go find other people to do this. You can do it yourself, but that's way too much. I'll do this one and then I'll, I think, move to the other quests and see if I can find someone in the way. If I wasn't streaming, I would do it myself, actually. A good way to get some raising of the skill, some levels. Yes. Alright. If I don't find someone else, I will do it myself. But for now, let's move on. Let's go to Zitz, I guess, since it's close. Really?
Folk these days.
You can all talk to me from my left side.
Humble service to you.
Beer.
I need to bring a few kegs of beer back to Talmberg.
I don't have anything that would last the journey there. And I certainly don't want to swing for poisoning anyone.
You are not helpful. Alright, this place just has crap. Can't even repair here. I guess I'll talk to Sir David's first. The hell I'm not... Come on, horse. I think it's D. Yep.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
How do you feel, Sir Divish? How's the shoulder?
I felt better, boy. I feel awful, truth be told, and my shoulder's paining me.
Let someone tend to the wound and you'll soon be better.
The flesh can be healed, perhaps. But the spirit... Henry, can you do something for me?
What is it you need, sir?
I need a priest as well as a physician. The closest was in Rovna, but I don't know what happened to him. And then there's the one from Ujits. What's his name?
Godwin. But why would you need a priest? The wound will heal, especially with the help of one of the monks.
It's not about me. I've got a lot of wounded here that won't see morning, and dead men, and I have to confess my sin.
Oh my god. This is gonna be... Find everything. Okay. Let's start with C, which should be easy to complete. Well, when I say easy, I mean... it's gonna take some me shooting at things, which I'm really crap at, because the bow sucks. But at least I can do it over here. Can I kill the cows? Wow, that worked. I'm sorry, cow. Oh, it's beef, it's not... Is it meat? What's with the music? Okay. Well, that was easy. I don't need that much though. Alright, let's go give that. Hopefully he will accept it, even though it's stolen. Although, you know. How the fuck would they know if it's stolen? It's just meat. That was one of the weirdest things in here. Again, for a game that tries to be realistic, it has some very unrealistic parts. Not only the potions, but, you know, stuff like this. Magic... or at least the NPC seems to have some when they know the meat is stolen.
How are you, Henry?
I'm well.
You should come to me.
I brought you some meat.
Stack it over here.
That's the lot.
Good. Well, thanks very much. And when you've got more, feel free to stop by. You won't be unwelcome. Oh yes, and here's a little something for the trip.
Cool. Alright, that's done. Where to next? Try to do a couple of things at the same time. So I'll go there and then come all the way back here for the pits. And again, I don't think it matters if you are on the horse or not, as far as fast travel time goes. I also would really like it if they make it, well, probably for the next players, since I'm almost over with the game, but they should have made it so you know how much time you will spend fast traveling. As I have said, you also need to be able to quit out of this, like stop here, instead of going from place to place, but I guess they want to make that so you don't fast travel everywhere. But you should at least know how much it takes, or how much nourishment and energy. Basic stuff. And the horse always faces the wrong way somehow when you fast travel, which is really strange. You don't know me. Stop it. Alright, where is the innkeeper?
Please bring me something to eat.
Here, enjoy it.
She not wearing the hat?
Got it for you right here.
Oh, the gang is here, but where the hell is the innkeeper?
How about a bit of grub?
Got it for you.
Is it Andrew?
What the hell are you doing?
I guess it is Andrew.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Here, just as you ordered.
Andrew, there's no more beer in Talmberg, and the soldiers are starting to grumble. Can't you send some there?
I could, but there's nothing in it for me.
Just as a matter of interest, who do you pay your taxes to?
There, satisfied?
You're saying I should be paying to Talmberg told Sir Divish? When Sir Havel of Waldeck was the master here, I managed to wriggle out of it. Nobody's come collecting since.
Well, right now, there are 3 noblemen camped by Talmberg, one of whom might be very interested to learn about all the tax you owe. I imagine he might want to collect it in the form of beer.
When you put it like that, I have got a few kegs I could send over. I won't lose out too much. They'd only spoil if I kept them longer, and I'd have to throw them away.
Just remember, if you poison them, they'll hang you for it.
Those soldiers would drink it up long before it has time to go off. And what's more, what with all that cabbage being eaten, it wouldn't occur to anyone the shits came courtesy of the beer. I'll have them loaded up right away and taken there. And give their lordships my regards. Tell them I'm sending my best beer as a gift. Why the devil shouldn't I get some goodwill out of this at least?
This guy doesn't seem trustworthy. That did not complete the quest. Why? I have no idea. He didn't say anything about it either. Do I need to speak to multiple people?
What do you think about Talmberg being attacked?
What do I think? That as long as decent people can live in peace, I get taught my way out paying taxes. I don't care who my liege lord is.
Well, this new lord never forgets a man who fails to pay him a single groschen, and the poor probably go straight to the gallows for it.
That's terrible news, especially for us poor folk. I hope you'll drive him out of here so fast he'll shit himself, or hang him from the tallest Talmberg tree.
People usually shit themselves when that happens too.
All to the good. A nice bit of manure and everything blossoms.
This discussion though. Seriously. Alright. I guess we need to find more people. That's fine. Let's go to the camp. Hey, horse.
Hey, handsome. Come and have a word with me.
Okay. Old whore.
You waiting for someone?
Not anymore, young man. I was waiting for you. You look like a clever sort of fellow, and chivalrous too. You wouldn't leave a damsel in distress, would you?
Why? Do you know of one somewhere?
Wow.
Now, handsome. Don't
Ouch.
I've got a job to offer you. There's an old grandad sitting
God
in the
damn,
old house
Henry.
there. Yesterday he made use of my services, and he said he'd pay me in the morning. Only now he pretends he doesn't know me. I want you to take the groschen he owes me from his purse and bring them to me.
Nah.
I'm not gonna steal.
Taking back what rightfully belongs to me ain't stealing. But if that's how you see it.
That is how I see it. Yes. Again, this game, although it was supposed to be a lot of decision-based quest lines and a lot of open design on how you approach the game, I feel if you don't have some thief skills, you are basically not playing this game correctly. You need pickpocketing for a lot of quests, you need stealth for a lot of quests, you need lockpicking for a lot of quests, even if you don't want to do a lot of the side quests, which most of them are for thieving, of the thieving kind. So if you're going to play an honorable knight person, you definitely clash with the game's design, and it becomes pretty obvious too, which is not really great design. Perhaps they should have made it clear that you are playing that sort of character, because when the character starts, Henry, he's all about honor, from what he's saying, and being a good Christian, etc. Which is why I decided to play the character like that. I don't have a moral objection to thieves. But the game decides you are a thief basically after the first, I don't know, 5 hours of the game. You get to the miller. Hello.
Good God, you look terrible.
Stop saying that. I'm wearing full armor. You can't see it. Also, I don't know why they say that.
Some pitch for Talmberg.
Already? What happened to the last lot we supplied?
I don't know, and it doesn't matter. Do you have any, or don't you?
I do. I had a buyer lined up, but it's been a while since he showed his face. What do you need it for?
Talmberg's been taken by a horde of brigands, so we're laying siege to it. We could use some pitch.
Christ blood. I hadn't heard the news. All right, it's all yours. You gave us a hand with that ginger when we needed it, and if it's for Sir Divish, I know my duty.
Nice. Now that is good quest design.
Feel free, or I can get someone to deliver it to you.
Thank you. God bless you.
That they mention basically that we help them, so sure. Maybe it doesn't matter as far as if they will help you or not, but the previous actions mentioned in dialogue, it's always something really positive for me, and the opposite is something really negative for me. Like you speak to people that they know you and they pretend to haven't met before, for example, or who have read something and the character pretends he doesn't know it, or acts like he doesn't know it, which is immersion breaking. Alright, so what do you have there? Beer and priest. Well, that priest is... I remember that priest. We've helped him before, so maybe he will help us this time. Hard to forget that priest. I also should eat, so I don't lose my bonus.
Apples straight from the tree, melons right off the vine, beetroot fresh from the field.
The priest was part of the not great quest design I was talking about just now, because we did this whole quest line with him, and afterwards it was who are you? Although we should be very friendly. Anyway. Didn't I ask you for ale? I guess not.
Good day to you.
Oh, I did ask you for ale. So why the hell is it still marked? Bugged, I guess.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
Also, you know us. Come on.
There's something I need from you, Father Godwin.
Is there, my son? How can I help?
There are a lot of dead and wounded at Talmberg, and no one to make the sign of the cross on their foreheads.
I'd like to help you, Henry, but I have other concerns.
Now you know us.
What's happening?
I have a delegation here from the Archbishopric in Prague. They claim I have a heretic in my parish, and there's talk of building pyres. I fear if I left matters here unattended, half the villagers would be roasted before I got back.
I see. Sort of.
Go and ask elsewhere. There's bound to be a willing servant of God left around here somewhere.
Oh, come on, dude. That's not cool. Again, we've helped him in the past, so... Not cool from him. It's fine. There's that other fellow in Rovca or Rovna. Oh, but I can't go there. Okay. I guess we'll find other priests. Where am I going next? I went there, right? Yes, I did. So, some of us... The monastery... Ledzenko... Okay, those are the last places I can go to. And Sasa, of course. I can repair too. Let's go to Talmberg first, because it's gonna be night anyway, so... Might as well. I still have energy, so I'll probably go through the night, fast travel to Samosev. Let's scout it.
Is someone there? You know how this one ends.
Come then.
There's nothing to it. Give up.
And that's... They're really... well armored, these guys.
There's plenty of coin in it.
Oh, come on. This is gonna take a while. And I don't know when I saved.
Bring it on. I've got this plan. Come and get it. Way off.
It wasn't way off, actually.
You're dead. Come on.
Wow, really? That was a lot of damage.
You'll get what for.
I don't want you. I want the other guy. Stop. I don't want you. Thank you.
Fucking come on then.
Alright. I should have saved sooner, I guess. We might have to do some of that. screwed up both of them at the same time. Kinda hard to do. Again, a lot of these duels go either way. You can
Are you there?
get someone done easily, or you can get killed also easily. So basically it's coin toss. Also, I never can do any of the combos. They always parry them. So I'm not sure how useful they are actually. All in all, I like the system, but I still think Mountain Blade's combat is superior. Gear plays a ton of role in this game as far as duels go. A big role. But I never felt that in Mountain Blade. Gear played the role, but not such a big role.
God be with you, Henry.
Hello.
How are you?
Come on.
I'm looking for some pit.
Okay. Now save again. I don't need to go to the priest up there because we know he won't help. So we'll go straight to the quartermaster. Really? Oh my god, the gazillion people, how did they get there exactly? Come on. There we go. Why am I in the middle of the forest? I have no idea. Yes, you can do it. Alright, you know what? This is a good place for me to get some coffee and I'll be right back.